How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hello, and welcome to the Church of RNK. This is Rosemary Nonny Knight. Feeling quite low in the car today, actually, because we're in this other car, which is a little bit lower than the other one, which is kind of weird. But hey, we're just coming back from someplace with the children. Everybody doing different things. But now we're going home. And I thought I'd do this on the way home and have a chat with you guys about one of the biggest reasons why you are not doing the work. Because you have these ideas inside of you of the things that you want to make happen, and yet if I look at what you're doing on a daily basis, would we see that you're doing things that would get you the big idea that you have? One big reason, big reason that you are not able to carry on doing the work on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, is because this has happened. And I'll kind of give you some history here, or a little bit of history here. Like look at my daughters in the car. Well, you can see some of them. and if I ask them what they want to do right now, they have big ideas of how, like, one of my daughters wants to be famous and she wants to be a rock star, and in fact she's already started doing things like YouTube videos and things like that to really get herself out there, and she's all brave and full of hope and joy and everything. And that was me, actually. I still remember standing in front of my TV doing the whole watching Michael Jackson so closely. This was when I was about 9 or 10 or something, and I was watching all his dance moves, and I just was like, absolutely, this is my future. I am going to be a singer, dancer, performer, and etc, as well as many other things that I dreamt about. And I had big ideas even into my teenage years. I still remember having a conversation with a friend, telling her, oh my gosh, I just know that I'm born for something amazing. I am supposed to be impacting a heck of a lot of people. Hello, Chibanda, how you doing? Guys, tell me where you're streaming in from. That'd be really great to know, okay? And I had all these big ideas, and I just knew that they were absolutely going to happen. And then life happened. Life happened. You start to tell yourself things like, well, that's not really practical. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have children now. I have, parents that need my help, and I have this and that and the other. And so then you start to very slowly reduce the big ideas that you have. You start to tell yourself, well, we have to be realistic about this. We have to be realistic about what we can actually make happen. We have to, don't lie, don't tell, don't feed yourself big ideas that you cannot make happen. Hello, follow me from North Carolina. Lovely to have you here. Great. Guys, tell me where you're streaming in from. And this is the Church of RNK. So yeses, amens, absolutely acceptable, as well as just joining the conversation, okay? But yes, and so, I went from, and it was like 2005, I still remember receiving like a vision of me on a stage and loads of people kind of being served in some way, okay? And yeah, even saying this stuff out loud, it makes you feel a little, well, it doesn't really anymore, I don't care anymore. But at that point, I think I was in my, coming up to 30, so 25 or something. I don't even remember how old I was at that point. And it was just like this big dream, this big vision of the work that I'm here to do. I've always known that I'm here in some way to empower people to live to the fullness of their potential, whatever that looked like. And it's changed a little bit, but that has always been the vision. However, I went through a big phase of my life where it was just like, oh my gosh, this stuff cannot happen. It's so impractical. It's so impossible that it's just impossible. And so I stopped doing that. I stopped even trying. It was just not, you know how you just kind of make your dream a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller until it's so uninspiring. You just can't be bothered. You just can't be bothered anymore. You started with these big ideas and, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this. And so that empowered you, that inspired you, that made you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to this and that. And then, you're doing a little bit here and a little bit there. Things happen that you don't plan for, life happens, all of that stuff. Next thing you know, it's like, well, maybe that big dream was just me being a child. And now I'm older. I need to be, I just need to, let's just be realistic. Let's be realistic about this. Or you mention it to a few different people and they're just kind of smiling at you like, oh, you know, you dear, you just have such big dreams, don't you? Just you wait until you see what life is really like. And then maybe you'll realize that such big dreams are just, you know, fantasies. And so then you start to buy into this doubt. You start to buy into doubt. And so there's doubt about whether you can make things happen. There's doubt about whether anything that you've dreamt about is even real, because it's like, oh, well, everybody seemed to have those big dreams when they were younger, but now we all had to kind of settle down. I still remember actually even a friend of mine who knew me when I was in school, and she was like, oh, you're always the one that always wanted to have your cake and eat it. When will you realize that these things that you dream about are the things that you do just in the weekend and evenings, not the things that you do during the normal working time? That during the normal working time, you gotta have a normal job, basically. Hey, thank you for allowing me. But and it's like, and it's things like that, and these little things, they just kind of eat at your, they eat at your confidence. They eat at you. They make you feel like, what's the point? And so, and some of you will still be talking a big idea. You'll be talking those big ideas, but inside of you, there is a little thought that says, there's no point my working too hard for this thing. It's not practical. Nobody really gets those bigger dreams. Not people I know, you know, look at everybody around me, you know, they've all settled into a job doing whatever it is that they're doing. They've all just kind of, so maybe I am dreaming too big. Maybe I am dreaming too big. The problem for you is this, that if you're not going for the real dream, there is no incentive to properly put yourself out there. Because it's like some people's dreams they go from, oh my gosh, I'm going to impact the world, to I just need to pay my bills from the month to month. How is that inspiring? That's not inspiring, is it? It's like, okay, I'm going to make some money so that I can give it away. Really? Not even to people I love? I'm going to give it away to the gas man? And I'm going to give it away to the electric company? Can you see why that would not be inspiring at all for you to actually get off your butt and do something? It's just like, what's the point? If all I'm going to do is make some money so that somebody else is going to come and take it from me, or you might get all angry about how much taxes you're paying and this and that and the other. And it's like, well, yeah, I can see why you're not excited about going after the vision any longer. And yet this is the thing, guys. You have to go back to thinking big. In fact, our affirmation for today is, I think big. I think big. You have to be willing to, in fact, in some ways, don't even talk to people about it unless you know that these people are people that think big. But if you must talk to people about it, you have to just put on a very, very tough exterior so that you do not allow their disbelief to come back and bite you. Because doubt is such a killer. And it will be the people that you absolutely, what's going on at the back there? It will be the people you absolutely adore that will be the ones that eat and chip away at your confidence, because you trust them. And if you listen to what they're saying and they mean well, nobody means you bad, they just ultimately eat away at your confidence. It's almost, you know what, if you had a hater, that might even spur you on to, I'm going to prove you wrong. But when it's the people you love, or when it's yourself, fighting yourself, oh my gosh. Yes, Paul, I mean, I'm glad that this is speaking to you. Then it's like how can you defeat this? How can you defeat this? You defeat it by being aware of what you're doing to yourself. You defeat it by realizing that nobody can steal your joy without you letting them. Okay? You defeat it by realizing, honey, if you have this big idea, I say this so frequently, it's almost like it rolls off my tongue. If you have a big vision, it is because you are exactly the person to make it happen. And frankly, you also do it because, yeah, beyond you and what you want, it's also about more than just you. Honey, it's more than just you. There is a world out there of people who need leaders to wake up and start to live to the fullness of their ability. Every single person has been put on this planet with a specific dream, with a specific strength for a reason. Okay? But when you start to do that whole, I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller until it's so uninspiring, you don't even want to bother. Basically, it's like, you know what, let me just settle for survival here. Why bother going for the big idea? Honey, it is time to go back to thinking big. I think big. I think big. I think big. I think big. Take that as your affirmation for today. I think big. Go back, remind yourself of the big idea. I am completely of the opinion that every single soul on this planet Earth should be rich and living a very fulfilled existence. I am completely convinced of this, completely convinced of it, which is why I show up every day reminding you of the power that lives within you, okay? I don't say this stuff lightly. I don't say this stuff because I'm just trying to make you feel good. I'm saying this stuff, honey, because we have a world that needs you to wake up, to start to live to the fullness of your potential for your own sake first, okay? First and foremost for you. There's a cat on the middle of the road. And then after that, for the world. Because it's not enough. I'm sorry, to me it is selfish to think all I'm going to do is just make enough for myself, just pay my bills, you know, thrive, kind of survive, that's it. That to me is selfishness. And you may tell yourself, yeah, but you know, I don't know how to do anything else. That's a lie, lie, lie. If you have a bigger idea, a big dream inside of you, and you know what, everybody's definition of big dream is different. It's like sometimes I listen to people and they're telling me how, you know, but what if I don't have a big dream? Big dream according to who? If it is more than what you have right now, it is a big dream for you, okay? Okay, yes, my dream is 334,000 people, all financially independent, wherever they are on the planet, living to the fullness of their potential. But for you, maybe your big dream is just simply that I want to make 5,000, maybe you need 3,000, but you want to make 5,000 every single month because you know there are things you want to give to, that you know that you want to live a life that is free of thinking about bills and craziness. And honey, even as you start to live to that is a big dream for you, one. And when you're not worried so much about, oh my gosh, how am I going to make the bills? Then you start to see what else you can offer the world. You start to volunteer. You make time for yourself. All of that. You start to do the more because now you have room to think about more. Okay? But when you're only trying to I just want to get by. That's why people stay in jobs and it's like all they're working towards is, oh, I'm just going to retire. Basically, at some point, that's the big dream here. Oh, I'm just going to retire. As if we are, and I know people say the whole we're not human doings. Yes, we are. We are functional things. You hear people that stop, they go to retire, they die. Because how can you not be doing something? Okay, it's not a goal to just think, oh, I'm going to work 50 years these days and then finally I'll get to not do anything. How bored is that? How boring does that even sound? Why would that be incentive? Why would that be incentive to work hard right now? And the problem is that people do work hard trying to make that particular crazy dream happen. And then, yeah, they don't get that long, basically, because your body is made to function. Your body is made to do something, to you know, serve people in some way, to contribute to something, to the planet. We cannot live this small kind of life. Is that even a word? Kind of life. Basically, we are here for more. So guys, remember the big ideas. And instead of trying to limit those ideas to suit your current circumstances, start to ask yourself, what is the best thing I can do next to expand my experience of life? Because I know I'm born for more than this. That hunger inside of you, stop ignoring it and pretending it's, oh, well, you know, I need to learn how to live in contentment. No, you don't. You need to learn how to dream and think big again and not give in until the goal is met. You are born for more. I think big. I think big. I think big. I think big. Big. So come on, guys, okay? Come on. Let us not be those who reduce our big ideas to become manageable ideas. Manageable ideas are very uninspiring. You will not do the work. You know you can do it in your sleep practically. Okay, and it may not feel that way because, yeah, you know, your ideas are so small. It's like, and yet you're not there yet. You start to even doubt yourself some more because you're just not really putting the effort in because it's just not inspiring. Go back to the big idea. Write it out and keep asking. Guys, you know there's wisdom inside of you. There is the universe. Everything is trying to help you live to the fullness. So come on. Keep asking how, what do I need to do next to get me to this big idea, and then take action. You don't need to know A to Z just at the start. You just need to know what is the next thing I can do. What is the next thing I can do? And just keep taking it one step at a time. Don't scare yourself silly. Yes, you know the big dream. You don't quite know exactly what time you're going to get there, but you know that if you keep, and that's the thing, success is so inevitable. It is absolutely inevitable. If you just start, look at the idea that you have, look at the big vision you have, you start to build an audience of people around you, okay? Because whatever it is that you're doing, yeah, it will be that you're serving people in some way. I was actually saying that to my daughter, that you know what, money is easy enough to make, because if you serve more people, you make more money. So keep thinking about different ways that you can serve people. First and foremost, find those people that are interested in you, interested in what you have to offer, interested in the solution that you want to provide, okay? And even entertainment is a solution, okay? It is a solution. Nobody's going to pay you to, it's just like, and in fact, as we know in our definitely in the world we live in right now, the entertainers are paid more than the teachers and all of that stuff. And yeah, you can argue about it and say, oh my gosh, that's not the way it's supposed to be. It is the way it is, though, because people value entertainment much more than they do education. I'm not saying that's good or bad. In fact, I'm saying it's bad, but but it is the way it is, ultimately. So, you know, so you might think, oh, but I'm only wanting to sing some songs, or I'm only wanting to write some, you know, fictional books. I'm only wanting to this and that and the other. Honey, that has value. That has value. If you will find the people who need or who enjoy what you produce, stop thinking that your things, whatever it is not practical. You know what? I've lived most of my life because in the writing that I wanted to do, I didn't do because, oh, you know, nobody can make money from it. The this and that I wanted to do, oh no, that's not practical. That's what I was told. And I believed the nonsense. And so then was about to put myself into this pharmacist life for the rest of my life, bored to death. It's like, thank the Lord, I saw the light. Okay? I saw the light. I made a decision inside of me that, you know what? No, I get to define my life the way I want it. So I choose to think big. I choose to go back to those big ideas and make them reality, because it is your choice. It is your choice. Sometimes I think we forget that we get to choose what life looks like. We think that people get to tell us how we should live, No, you get to choose. You have to be the one that is courageous. I wrote about being a courageous dreamer, because it's one thing to dream and it's another thing to actually, with courage, take that dream and make it a reality. You start to grow that audience of people around you. You start to tell them how you can solve their problems. You tell them where to buy. You tell them where to buy. Do not be ashamed of telling people how you can help them. Okay? 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 Stop fighting with yourself about the things that you want to do. Stop fighting with yourself about the things that you want to do. Just stop being your own worst enemy. Go back to thinking big. Because honey, once you get back into the flow of the big vision, then you start to get ideas of things to do. Do not ignore them. It is spirit speaking within you saying, do this thing over here. Give it a go. Give it a go. Sometimes you will get it wrong. So what? I can tell you right now that a lot of the people that have succeeded, it is because they've tried more things than you. So just start trying things. Don't think that the world is going to end just because you made one little mistake. Just be done with whatever happened in the past. Let your story of the past be something that empowers you, rather than something that tells you, oh my gosh, I need to be careful. Enough of being careful. Where is being careful getting you? I'm not saying let's be foolhardy, but I am saying sometimes you have to just take some of those limits that you're putting on yourself off. You just take them off. Some of y'all, you're listening to rules and conditioning from ages gone before. You're worried about what people will think of you, your church people, your, I don't know, other religious organization people. You're worried about what they'll say to you. They'll say that you are all about the money now, but you know it's not about that. Yes, honey, you are born to be rich. You are born to be rich. Do not allow anybody to tell you any otherwise, okay? But then at the same time, the only way you create that wealth is by providing a service that others value and that you enjoy to put out there. So come on, guys, let's go back to thinking big. There is a way to create the big vision that you had. You don't have to keep thinking small. You don't have to just kind of, oh, you know, I'm not really sure how this is gonna, no, enough. I think big. I think big. Affirm it with me. I think big. I think big. And again, I think big. I think big. Yes, I think big. I think big. So yes, honey, one of the biggest reasons why you're not doing the work is because the work that the goal you're working towards is uninspiring. Okay? So go back to the inspiring vision, or recreate the inspiring vision, and then wake up and start creating it. Start putting yourself out there. Start surprising yourself with just how powerful you really truly are. Be a courageous dreamer. Okay? Don't just dream. Dream big. Take action big too. Okay? Okay. And on that note, I'm going to bring this to a close, and I'm going to make this invitation to you. If you are that courageous dreamer, that maverick who is done with dreaming small and trying to create a small vision that just kind of uninspires you, okay? And remember what I said, your version of dreaming big may be different from my version of dreaming big, but it makes it no smaller than mine, okay? So all I'm saying to you here, if you know that there's a bigger vision for your life than what you're currently creating, and you're ready to actually make it a reality, then you need to come and join in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. Okay, you come over to rosemarynonny.com/DM Fast Track. You come and take part in all the trainings that I have provided for you, over $3,000 if you decided that you're going to buy them alone, all teaching you how to sell yourself, how to market yourself, how to put your business together, what kind of things to do to grow your audience. Everything is in that club vault. I call it the vault. Yes. Okay, so you can come and have a look at what's on offer at rosemarynonny.com/DM Fast Track. But even more than all the training that is available to you there, telling you exactly what you need to do, is the fact that I am in there. You can pick my brain. Let me give you ideas for your specific idea, okay? Because sometimes it's like, I have this idea, how do I actually monetize it? I can help you with that. I'm in there every single day, answering questions every single day, giving them specific personalized support to anyone who asks in that group every single day. So if you, well, every single business day. So if you are done with kind of playing small, if you are done with trying to live to a smaller vision than the big one on top of your life, if you are ready to really start to walk in freedom, real freedom, okay? Real freedom where you're not just listening to all the rules and regulations that are holding you back from living out your full purpose, honey, then you need to come and join us in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. It is rosemarynonny.com/DM Fast Track. DM Fast Track. It's rosemarynonny.com/DM Fast Track. Go and have a look at it. When I get home, I'll type in the thing in the comments, but I don't want to be doing it while I'm driving. But yeah, you go over there, have a look at what's on offer, and let's get you doing the work that you're here to do, guys. There is a world waiting for leaders like you and I to wake up even more than we are already, okay? Whatever level of success you've reached to date is not where your story ends. It is time for you to step things up. Really become the leader you know you are born to be. Remember the big ideas. Stop trying to settle yourself into a very unfulfilling version of your dream. Let us make your actual dream a reality. It is time that you started to live a fulfilled, financially independent, amazing life. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, Angela. Thank you guys. Do share, because there are people that need to hear this stuff. So thank you guys. Okay, it is time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you are born to live, honey. Nobody's gonna design it for you. You get to design this life. Yes, honey. Yes, okay. This has been the Church of R&K. I am Rosemary Nonny Knight. Such a pleasure to have you all with me. Now, go over to rosemarynonny.com/DM Fast Track. I will put it in the comments when I get home, which is in about a few minutes. But it is time that we started to take over. It's time that we started to dominate our own lives, okay? Come on, you know you're born for more. And because you want to, you will create it. Hey, Renee, lovely to have you here as well, guys. Until the next time, this has been the Church of RNK, and I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight. Much love, all of you. Okay, bye.